I don't know about you, but every time something happens on a cruise ship, why is it that the news media and different news outlets just absolutely feel the need to sensationalize or villainize the cruise industry, even when it's something so minor? Why do they feel the need to do that? Well, let's talk about it right after this. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. Alright, so I'm going through reading cruise news articles, seeing what the latest cruise information is like I do on a daily basis, and I came across this. COVID outbreak on cruise ship approaching New Orleans. COVID outbreak. Well, based on the title alone, outbreak, there must be hundreds, thousands of cases on board this cruise ship for it to be an outbreak. That is, at least until you read the article. So what actually happened and what the actual truth is that the Norwegian Breakaway departed New Orleans on November the 28th, went down and visited Honduras, Belize, Cozumel, and was heading back to New Orleans. They did some COVID testing on board the ship, and they have 10 positive cases of COVID-19 on the Norwegian Breakaway. Now, there are over 3,200 passengers on board the Norwegian Breakaway. So let's do a little bit of math, and that is way less than 1%. Nowhere near what I would call an outbreak. Why sensationalize that? Why even use the word outbreak for less than 1%? And let me give you some realistic examples, some factual examples that I happen to know. So one town over, there is a retail store. Not going to name the store, but this store has 182 employees. Out of 182 employees, they have had way more than 10 positive cases of COVID-19. Yet I don't see ABC or the AP out in front of this store going, "My God, it's an outbreak." Nope, they only do that when it's a cruise ship. They only do it when it's people traveling, people having fun, people enjoying a vacation. Seems to be the only time it's an outbreak. I watch on the news where they say over 60,000 new cases of COVID-19. And the words they use for that is on the rise. Unless it's on a cruise ship, in which case it's a pandemic, it's an outbreak. My God, it's the Diamond Princess all over again. That's crazy. It's insane. I don't know why they do it, and they really just need to stop. All you do is cause panic. All you do is make people question their choices and their decisions to go on vacation. It makes no sense. There is no rhyme. There is no reason for it other than you just villainizing an industry. Because what? Because you don't like it? Now, the Norwegian Breakaway is already back in New Orleans. Everybody's going to be tested before they get off the cruise ship. If anybody tests positive, they're either going to go home by personal vehicle and quarantine at their house, or they can self-quarantine in accommodations provided by Norwegian Cruise Lines. End of the story. The CDC is not freaking out. The cruise line is not freaking out. The Port of New Orleans is not freaking out. And anybody who reads that story and goes on the internet and sees that outbreak on a cruise ship, look, don't freak out. Way less than 1% of everybody on board the cruise ship. That is not an outbreak. There are positive cases on board cruise ships all the time. It's just when the news outlets, certain news outlets, not all, but certain news outlets get a hold of a story like that, it suddenly becomes a national outbreak. And honestly, it just irritates me. Stop doing it. If you want to yell outbreak, go in front of someplace that actually is an outbreak. Go check and see in your local retail store or someplace like that how many actual positive cases they have been in there. Compare that to cruise lines, and I bet you're going to find that there's quite a huge difference, and the cruise lines are probably one of the safest places that you can be, especially on Norwegian, where every single person must be 100% vaccinated. And yes, I know being fully vaccinated doesn't mean you can't catch COVID. Of course, you still can, but your symptoms are less. Your chances of being extremely sick are less. Your chances of spreading it as rapidly around to everybody else are less. But at the end of the day, it's still less than 1%. And that, I'm sorry, is not an outbreak by any means. Stop printing those kinds of stories. All right, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. Have yourself a great day, and we will see you out on the high seas.